Welcome to Tools, Tech, and Gear. I'm Seth. Today I have the JMK MGL LED parking lot light. Let's open up this box and see what this light is all about. I've worked with JMK MGL several times in the past, and all of their products are still working well about 5 years later. And definitely have enjoyed working with this company. So let's go ahead and open this one up and see what we've got. Now this is an outdoor parking lot light. And I think this is the either 100 watt or 150 watt version. I'll have to check here. The sticker on the box says 150, but the check mark on the box says 100. So let me just check to see which one it is. It's actually been a little while since I've worked with one of the JMK MGL lights, and it's nice to see they've made some changes to their design for the better, for sure. So let's go ahead and walk around the product here. First of all, this is what comes in the box. You've got this attachment point here. I think that's a 2.5 inch pole, and you can adjust the angle back here with all these teeth around this mounting bracket. It does not come with an Allen wrench, so you'll have to supply your own to loosen and tighten those. But that right there is going to allow you to mount this. Now it's got some degrees here on the side, so that's pretty cool. And also it does have a hollow opening in here so that you can run the cables down in there to mount this onto a pole. So that's handy to have. Also comes with a little bag of hardware, just one big bolt and then some wire nuts. Now on the light itself there are two cables. One is for a 0 to 10 volt dimmer switch. I don't have one of those, so we're just going to leave these little rubber end protectors on there, and we'll just be using this right here. It's got your black, white, and ground wires, and that's somewhere around, I'm going to say, 1.5 feet or so. We turn this up here. You can just see this bolt right here will go into that threaded spot and tighten this down. So that's all you have to do to get it attached to that bracket. Now this is the top side of the light, where it's got some little fins for heat dissipation. Let's go ahead and get this light assembled so we can test out its operation. Because I don't have a dimmer, I'm not going to be using that purple and gray wire, but we want to slide all the wires down into the connector here, and that will go down into it like that. And then I don't really have a pole for this to connect to, but we're just going to use that supplied bolt to go ahead and get this thing tightened down. Let's just say we want it to be at about right there. Alright, that will definitely need to have quite a nice large Allen wrench to tighten that up, and I don't have one of those with me currently. That's something like, I don't know, a 10. I wonder if it says on there. Yeah, I don't see it, but it would be quite large. Now, just to test this light out, I've got a piece of extension cord that has the plug on it. And so we can simply wire this up here with the white, black, and green ground. And that will allow us to just simply plug this up for a test. So in a real install, you would want to make sure you have this on a pole, and your wiring would be connected inside of the pole. But for now, we're just going to test this out quick and easy here. So I've got some wire nuts. I'm just going to slip this down here and tighten it on up. Okay, and that should be sufficient at the moment to get this light going. I'm going to go over here and just plug it up to a receptacle. Woo-wee! And that thing is bright. So it's currently set to the 150 watt mode. And as you can see, it is very bright. I can feel some heat coming off of those LEDs. So let's go ahead and turn this off real quick and drop it down to the next mode. Just going to unscrew that waterproof cap there, and then reach in and click that over to the medium or the middle setting. Plug it up again. Yeah, noticeably less bright. I wonder if it will adjust while I have the light on. Yeah, it does. All right, so that is the lowest setting, 75 watt, and it is more than enough to light up a driveway. Let's go ahead and pull the cap on the photo sensor, and the light should turn off here. Not yet. Oh, there it goes. All right, so that does work as it should. I imagine it has a timer in there so it doesn't turn on and off when, you know, headlight or something hits it. But let's cover that up again all the way. And let's see how long it takes for that. Oh, not long. Okay, so that's nice to know. That feature's working well. Let's go ahead and unplug this. So we will take this out tonight and see how it does outside in my yard, so you can see just how bright this thing is on the different settings. I've waited until it's nice and dark outside, so let's plug up the JMK MGL light and see how well it performs out here. So first of all, I'm just going to plug this up before I turn off the lights. It's ridiculous. All right, and the lights are off in here. So let's step outside so you can see just how bright this light is if you were trying to light up a like a parking lot, I guess. This thing is so bright. Of course, you'd want this to be up decently high. But yeah, so you can see it's lighting up over there at the playhouse and the swing set. You can see it quite clear over there. Yeah, so if you were to have two of these on a basketball court, it's all you would need to be able to see the whole thing quite nicely. So let me just lift this up a bit so you can kind of get an idea of just how bright that is. All right, I'm going to unscrew this piece on the side and adjust the level so we can see what that looks like. Okay, I removed the little cover here. Let's adjust this level to the medium setting. All right, it's a bit less light by 50 watts. And then there is the 75 watt. Now, I have a regular sine wave inverter, and so I heard a slight hum at the 150 watt, and I think that would go away if you had regular power coming into this thing. Yeah, so that is still more than enough brightness to light up at least a half a basketball court, or if you're doing a parking lot, a smaller parking lot. Let's see how well it shows up here on the camera if I bump it up real quick. Yeah, you can see that some, and then once again, there you go. Yeah, that's a lot of light for this LED. Let's browse around here. Can you see the top of the trees over there? So just for an example, let me move it away. So much light is still bouncing off the shop here. Okay, let me go ahead and unplug this so you can kind of get a comparison of what it's like without the light. There you go. So no light. Definitely can't see anything out here. And then plug this back up. Really see things quite nicely. I've moved your perspective to about 50 feet away, just so you can see how bright this is from that distance. And I think we're on the 150 watt setting. So let me just lift this up so you can kind of get an idea of just how much light is being shined or shown directly down here. It's pretty impressive. All right, I think you get the idea. Let me go ahead and drop this down again. There's the 100, there's the 75. Not a huge difference, to be honest. You could probably keep this at 75 and be just fine. Do keep in mind this is a 150 watt LED panel, so don't look directly into the light. It's just far too bright to look into. It is made to be out in the weather, so parking lots or inside of a parking garage. So up here, this portion right here will be facing upwards, and there's no holes or anywhere that water will get into it. And there's no serviceable parts inside. There's most likely a gasket in here that would keep any kind of bugs or water from getting in. It does not come with the two size Allen wrenches you would need to get this installed. You've got to have these right here. I'm not sure what size they are, and then the big one that we looked at over here to adjust. Now I misspoke earlier. It's not a 2.5 inch pipe. It's the biggest pipe it'll take is 2.38. Yeah, 2.38 inches. So almost a 2.5. So just a little bit more on the installation. You've got your typical 3-wire. Green is ground, black is your hot wire, and white is the neutral. And then the other 2 wires for the dimmer, the purple is going to go to your positive wire, and the gray will go to your negative on the dimmer switch. Other than that, it's well built. Like I said before, I have used a number of the lights from this company, and they are still up in my other shop, and I use them almost every day. So no problems whatsoever in the 6 years that I've had those lights installed. A couple bits of information from this little booklet. It can operate on 100 to 277 volts AC. It is not to exceed temperatures of 122 degrees Fahrenheit. And it is hot whenever it's on, so let it cool off before touching. And the other warning that this gives is that when you wire up this light, make sure the power is off before you go to do that. And that is pretty much all we've got from this booklet. So if you want to check out more about this light, I have a link in the description to the product page, and you can order one for your own parking garage or for some kind of ball field. All right, that's all I got for you. I'm Seth with Tools, Tech, and Gear, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye. You're in Dad's video, huh? All right, Dad's gonna finish making this real quick.
Nothing. Making this.